Hola, Colony. I hope that you're all doing very, very well today. We are continuing with our 4 Agreements book review by Don Miguel Ruiz. For those of you who are following along, and there are many, thank you for your comments and your emails, we are starting in the hardcover edition, 3/4 down the page, with another example. I will read. Another example. You wake in the morning feeling very happy. You feel so wonderful, you stay 1 or 2 hours in front of the mirror, making yourself beautiful. One of your best friends says, "What's happened to you? You look so ugly. Look at that dress you're wearing. You look ridiculous." That's it. That's enough to put you all the way down back into hell. Maybe this girlfriend just told you that to hurt you, and she did. She gave you an opinion with all of the power of her word behind it. Now, if you accept the opinion, it becomes an agreement now, and you put it and all of your power into that opinion. That opinion becomes its own black magic. Now, these types of spells are very difficult to break. The only thing that can break a spell is to make a new agreement based on the truth. And the truth is the most important part of being impeccable with your word. On one side of the sword are lies, which create black magic, and on the other side of the sword is the truth, which has the power to break that spell of black magic. Only the truth will set us free. Sometimes the cliche is not just a cliche. Now, looking at everyday human interactions, imagine how many times we cast spells on each other with one word. Over time, this interaction has become the worst form of black magic, and we call it gossip. Gossip is black magic at its very worst because it's pure poison. We learned how to gossip by agreement. When we were children, we heard the adults around us all gossiping all the time, openly giving their opinions about other people. They even had opinions about people they didn't even know. Emotional poison was transferred along with the opinions, and we learned this as the normal way to communicate. Guilty. Gossiping has become the main form of communication in human society. It has become the way we feel close to each other because it makes us feel better to see someone else feel as badly as we do. There's an old expression that says, misery likes company, and people who are suffering in hell don't want to be alone. Fear and suffering are an important part of the dream of the planet. They're how the dream of the planet keeps us down. Using the analogy of the human mind as a computer, gossip can be compared to a virus. A virus is a piece of computer language written in the same language that all the other codes are written, but with a harmful intent. The code is inserted into the program of your computer when you least expect it, and most of the time without your awareness. After this code has been introduced, your computer doesn't work quite right, or it doesn't function at all because the codes get so mixed up with so many conflicting messages that it stops producing good results. Human gossip works exactly the same way. For example, you're at the beginning of a new class with a new teacher, and you've looked forward to it for a long time. On the first day of class, you run into someone who took the class before you and says, that instructor, what a pompous jerk. He didn't know what he was talking about, and he was such a pervert, too. You better watch out. Now, you're immediately imprinted with the word and the emotional code that that person had when saying this. But what you are not aware of is his or her motivation in telling you that. This person could be angry for failing the class, or simply making an assumption based on fear and prejudices. But because you have learned to ingest information as a child, some part of you believes that gossip, because you've been trained to. And you go into the class, as the teacher speaks, you feel the poison come up inside you, and you don't even realize that you see the teachers through the eyes of that person who gave you that gossip. Then you start talking to other people in the class about this, and they start to see the teacher in the same way, as a jerk and a pervert. You really hate the class, and soon you decide to drop out. You blame the teacher, but it's the gossip that's really to blame. All this mess can be caused by one little computer virus. One little piece of misinformation can break down communication between people, causing every person it touches to become infected and contagious to others. Imagine that every single time others gossip to you, they insert a computer virus into your mind, causing you to think a little less clearly every time. then imagine that in an effort to clean up your own confusion and get some relief from the poison, you gossip and spread the virus to someone else just to get relief. Now imagine this pattern going on in a never-ending chain between every single human being on the planet. That will result in a world full of humans who can only read information through circuits that are clogged with poisonous, contagious viruses. Once again, this poisonous virus is what the Toltecs called mitote, the chaos of 1,000 different voices, all trying to talk at once in the mind. Stop there. Guilty. I go to TMZ every day. I go to Perez Hilton every day. And I participate in it. Right now, at 5:53 on Sunday night, yes, I'm recording this blog in advance, I vow I'm not going to get involved in gossip anymore. It stops right now with me. There you go. Love you guys. Surprise reader tomorrow. See you then.
One tin soldier rides